リコ先輩。
Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new Jump Force video. Today we're going to be making an updated tier list, alright? It's been a long time coming. Now I got my new computer, so we're doing this. And yeah, and it's not gonna be just a still image of me explaining everything either. So yeah. Currently it has all characters including even Giorno and Yaroichi. So we're going to take a look at this. Now, if you don't agree with something, it's okay, but just don't be a douche in the comments, alright? It's not that serious, okay? So now, I'm going to go off of who I know first, and who I don't know will go wherever, alright? So, for starters, we are going to go with Cell. Now, Perfect Barrier is obviously the main use of him in ranked and all that. Spam and overall protection, and even without barrier he has very good combos. He has a one light into up tilt for a guard break, very good overall, and obviously his dash can connect into his grab, say if the connection is that bad. So yeah, he's going into S tier. I mean, if there was an SS tier, probably so, but no. Kane, ignition bullet, grab ult. Ignition bullet has a little bit of protection, right? And phantom wave into grab, and then planet breaker into ultimate. Just very good, solid S rank for sure. Now we're going to pick baby, who we picking? Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, face ass. Goku. Now Goku, he's weird. All right, you can land meteor combination into Kamehameha, but you have to connect an assist to ever land his ultimate unless you do a grab ult. He has a good down tilt, but overall, no, I don't really care for him. He's my assist for Marum, Ichigo, etc. But he has to go into B tier for me. He was A tier, but I have to drop him down after playing him a lot. It's impossible to land that ultimate. Alright, so next up, gotta go with Jotro. Alright, Starfinger, epic disaster in matches. However, he has very low range, and his damage is really only from Starfinger. Yes, he has his other 2 meter ability. However, you can only land this after say 6 lights or 3 heavies. Just doesn't cut it in terms of overall damage. I'm gonna have to put him in A simply because of the Starfinger spam with Bakugo support. Now, who else? Alright, so we're going to go off a limb and say Ichigo. Now, Ichigo gets Kentro. If you ever watched the tournament for Jump Force, you've seen someone running around with Ichigo spamming Kentro. Yes, that's one of his major moves. You can actually do this in succession 3 times, and it does 40% health that quickly. And his R3 potentials that equally of good, so I'm gonna put him in A too. Honestly, very good. Personally, I think if they got rid of his counter and gave him something else, he'd be more useful though. Okay, next up, we're going with Toguro. I got shit for this last time, but it's time we do something about this. I had him in C or D last time, right? Well, after seeing that shit show on the last 2 tournaments, I think it's safe to say Toguro is, I don't know. You think you're invincible, does no damage, but as long as you land that, you're guaranteed ult. So yeah, that's kind of weird. And stronger does a ton of damage too. Oh, and the assist part of it, dude, that's just toxic. I'm gonna have to put him in B tier, honestly. He's not that good for A, but B, he's solid. He can hold his own, and he's still has that broken support. All right, definitely belongs in B, probably A if you're like one of the major users of him. But you know, B tier is a solid one. That's a average or above average, so keep that in mind. All right, so next up we are going with Zorro. All right, Zorro, if you already know, people use this to spam that damn counter. They use it to do the unblock one, you know, the unblockable too. And then he has the projectile. So he has range, he has counter, and he also has an unblockable from close range that can lead into ultimate. Kind of broken, right? Honestly, I personally don't like using him, but he has his moments, and I believe A for sure, unless it's S. Now, I call all the One Piece characters broken, and I still believe it. They are broken. So yeah. Next up, we're going with Gon. Now, I put him in D tier. I mocked him so hard. But if you have Toguro support or anybody who can leash them up in the air and back down, he's good. All right. Dependent on assists, but definitely more dependent on himself. So he's, well, that's independence, but you know what I mean. All right. However, he's still shit by himself for the most part. You cannot land his ultimate. People just know, or well, you can't land John Kin because people just know when to escape or get out of it, and that's when you do the 3 lights. Now, if they reworked his lights and heavies, I believe he could be in B potentially if they ever did anything for him. But right now, C for sure. All right. So next up, we're going to go with let's see here. I'm gonna try to do DLC last. Yeah, Kentro. All right, Kentro. He has his 100 Rending Fist. It's a 1-bar attack. He also has Awakening of the Senses, which is his physical resistance down debuffer, and it just does a ton of damage with ultimate. That's your Glue Eater special, and then you have the Tinky Mako stance. Oh my god, I probably butchered that, but I apologize. It's what locks the opponent's ability gauge, or not ability gauge, but mobility recovery, and it's pretty busted. Say you do that before as an assist. All right, just simply because he has that 1 super into ultimate, and he also has crazy guard break potential. He can open people up with ease, and I tend to be losing to the Kentros lately. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna put him in A rank. That's subject to change, by the way. He could be S rank if he did even more stupid damage, but he doesn't, thank the Lord. All right. So next up, gotta go with the boy, the man himself, Naruto. All right. So of course, Rasengan, his assist. You have the Tail Beast Rasen Shuriken, or Beast Bomb, I don't know. And then you have the 6-path Spar into ultimate. Now, that does 80% damage just like Kentro. However, when it comes to Naruto, he doesn't have all that potential to open people up. You pretty much just have to guess when somebody's going to backstep, and then you can punish them with a super. Now, I personally don't like running that way. I don't like to do all my damage from supers. I like to melee most of all. And his grab is cool, but cool is not the overall deal of this tier list, right? So, when it comes to Naruto, I'm gonna have to put him B. He just doesn't do enough for me to put him anywhere else. And his assist is kind of buggy, where he'll run around the whole map instead of connect to his opponent. Just yikes. If you want to see anything of that happening, go watch my previous video where I never made that a video. Never mind. Alright, I was using All Might with Naruto assist. That was yikes. But yeah. Next up, Gara. Now, I don't have to say nothing. Wait a minute. Hold up. Are we lagging? Oh, here we go. Alright, I said Gara, right? We had a laggy spell right there, but okay. When it comes to Gara, sand shower, sand tsunami, sand coffin, burial. It's the sand shower that's an issue, personally. I don't like it. And it's mainly spammed, right? People spam it, and that's all they do. And it's so fast that it can catch your opponent. And don't get me started on the sand coffin. You touch that, you get caught. And then they ultimate. And it just does a ton of damage. And you can even grapple with this man. However, his overall melee is trash. You can't do much another way, and that's basically all he's used for. So B rank at that, bro. Alright. Next up, we are going to be going over Sasuke. Now, clearly, Sasuke has many things to go for him. He has Onyx Chidori, which is his assist. He also has Fireball Jutsu. Very good. You can up tilt or down tilt it, make it go up in the air. It won't come down till later. And also you have a Matarasu into Kagetsuchi, so it's a 2-input super. Now a Matarasu, you can actually team awaken off this, and it's crazy. Whoa, unresponsive, say psych. And then, okay, so with that being said, team awakening off of the Amaterasu, you technically have to guard break them to make it work. However, the overall gimmick of Sasuke is team awakening is priority, and if you clearly regularly awaken, all you gotta do is two heavies into Onyx Chidori, assist, Fireball Jutsu, ultimate. So he does a ton of damage off of just a very few amount of things, and that's what makes Sasuke epic. Alright, so I'm gonna put him in A tier. Alright, so let's see here. Next up, Kaguya. She's stupid for no reason, man. They shouldn't have even added her, honestly. I'm gonna be quite honest, bro. So she has her first ability, which is the punches. I forget what it's called. And then she has her other ability, which is the bone spurs. Gives health drain on impact. She has 6 of them that attacks you at once. And then she has Almighty Push. Now, Almighty Push is what lands into ultimate. And then you have even the fists that have to push the opponent into a wall before it can connect. Now, this is what's crazy, because she's actually not that bad. However, when it comes to priority over other characters, she just doesn't fit the bill. Alright, so C. Next up, we are going to be going with Kenshin. Now, Kenshin is stupid. Alright, very stupid. If you use Kenshin with Toguro Sport, you know what I'm talking about. You're that bum that sits in quick match and ranked, doing 2 lights into your dash super, call out Toguro, and then do it again. You're that bum in quick match and ranked. Now, of course, I'm not saying he doesn't have any other real combo potential. However, that's what you see primarily. And the amount of skilllessness it takes to use him, it's just obvious. Alright, A. Okay, moving on. Alright. So we are going to pick for the next one. This is a long tier list, by the way, so yeah. A lot of characters to go over. Alright, so we're going to go over Rukia. Shout out my boy Ajanti. Alright. Rukia, she has her, what is it called? It's the long range super. It freezes everybody. She has that. She also has the super where she casts the trap circle, and then if they get caught, they get iced. And then she has her buff, which makes her attacks ice slashers. And then she has her ultimate. Now, personally, I just never found anything good with her. If I was to play her more and, you know, find a way to use her that's unique, she'd be B. However, for me personally, she's just so low on the spectrum, and I'm not talking both spectrums here. It can be the special spectrum or it can be the game spectrum. Alright, she just doesn't fit the bill for me. Gonna keep it a buck with you. She just doesn't do enough damage for me to call her a valiant character. Alright, she has a cool grab into ult though. That's sick. But nah, nothing else. C rank for, or C tier for Rukia. Sorry, Ajanti. Now, here's where it gets stupid. Alright, of course, Piccolo. Special Beam Cannon, one of the best supports. There's no doubting that. You can connect pretty much anything with him. He has Hellzone Grenade, basically useless because you can't get touched. I mean, if you get touched, it goes away. So it's useless and it's a waste of meter. Then you have his Dash Super, which you can't even connect anything. The only way to use his Dash Super and connect things is, say you have Hellzone Grenade out, you land the Dash Super, and then you call out the grenades to hit your opponent. Now, in what way are you ever going to land that? It's very, very seldom. Alright, so just because of assist, he'll be put in C tier. Personally, I like using him by himself in first row, but you know, it's just that he's not anywhere close to any other characters on this tier list at all. But he's not D because of his assist. Alright, so next up, Rio. Obviously, you know him as the one and only checkmated fighting. Alright, he uses Rio, and I'm sure other people do too. Down tilts galore, down tilt into Team Awakening, even the quick shot. This man is crazy with them. I've watched so many crazy things happen with Rio on streams and in videos. There is no denying he is S tier. Now, I'll explain myself. Hold on. When it comes to Rio, okay, you can use his quick shot to go all 4 directions. Alright, this is good mobility and also good protection. Alright, you can clearly get out of many things with Rio and you still do damage. Yes, you can hit him with the gun, the bullet, while you're retreating. Now, say you have an assist coming after you, or they switched. You do the quick shot or whatever it's called backwards, and you're safe. Alright, and if you do it forwards and you catch up to them, you can start a combo off of it. Tell me that's not the sickest shit ever, bro. Rio's just that good, bro. There's no comparing. He's just S rank, bro. He's S rank. Now, if there was an S tier, definitely these two would be up there, clearly. Alright, probably Ichigo too, but Ichigo's just something about him just off-puts me. Now, with the remainder characters, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we have 28. Dang, I can't count. Alright, we got like 30 some characters left. Alright, so we're gonna make this quick. Karapika, he has a self-healing support. The ability was not given to CACs. He has chain supers. One is called dowsing, which is the damage, and then you have one called steel chain, I think, and it steals meter. Alright, very good idea. However, it's weird that it ever connects. Alright, when it comes to Karapika, you have to land your 3 heavies before you can ever do this, or 2 heavies to be, you know, very risky about it. However, you know, it's very situational that Karapika gets his combos off without help from an assist, or if you get lucky and land 3 heavies. Alright, and you're pretty much reliant on chase counters or counter chases, and that's how you get your most damage off of Karapika. Not saying he's the worst, however, he's definitely not average or above average. They screwed him over completely. Now, okay, I'm gonna put him over here, closer to Gon, because they're like at the cusp of B, pretty much. All right, so next up, I'm gonna go with Renji. All right, this man has a long range swipe attack. He has a pretty much a safe counter. The swirl attack where he can, you know, pretty much get priority over everything. He also has his bamboo arm crusher. That is hyper armored. You know, you can take damage from it, but you have the ultimate armor from other players. Alright, so with that into ultimate, he does roughly 70 to 80% damage, similar to Naruto, similar to Kentro, and simply off of the fact that his kit offers so much utility for him, he's going to A tier for me. He's just boss. Renji is so underrated. Very highly recommend using him, but not against me. Not against me, please, please. All right. So next up, we're going to go with Dio. He has Checkmate, Blend, and Muda Muda. Now, Checkmate is his, you know, projectile super. You hold it down, you get 2 procs, and then it does more damage, and then you ultimate. That's how you usually do your combos, or you Muda Muda into ultimate. Or Blend can do something, but, you know, very seldom. All right. Blend, you see players run around, and all they do is hit R2 circle or RTB, and then they just blend the whole game, and, you know, they get lucky and trash you with it. Shroud. And yeah, this is basically why Dio's so busted, is because he has that unblockable that steals your meter. Granted, it should still health though, honestly, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, he has a grapple as well. Very good charged light. I'm gonna put him in A rank. He's nowhere close to S though, because, you know, his combos just don't flow good. All right, I hope that makes sense. They just don't flow good in the regular matches on Xbox personally. All right, next up, Kilauea. He has Lightning Palm, Godspeed, and Thunderbolt, and his ultimate. Now, Godspeed is a counter with a buff. All right, you charge it all the way up, you get a buff. If you do a regular counter, you do 20% damage right there very quickly, and it's very good. All right, but however, when it comes to Kilauea by himself, he doesn't shine as much. You need an assist to combo a lot of things, and pretty much he's more of a spam character anymore. He used to do more damage on his not his Narukami, but his Lightning Palm, but he got nerfed massively, about the same nerf as a CSC, and he just doesn't do that much damage anymore. Now hear me out, he does put up a good fight, but you only see him run on high B rank or A ranks accounts. Now he can be good with, say, Kentro support or Meruem. That's where he will shine. All right, but B tier for him. Okay, so next up, we are going to go with Eisen. Now Eisen has his Fire and Lightning Howl. He also has Airtight, which is the wall of energy. He also has his Black Coffin. You can't really land it anymore. I mean, you can cheese it somehow by, you know, grabbing until you're into the Airtight and they can't touch you. However, I personally can never do that. Now, when it comes to Eisen, it's not really his supers that, you know, define him. It's his overall performance. Now, if you are, say you're going against the opponent, they're about to hit you, you dash up to them with your guard out, and then before they can grab you or do a super, all you do is have your block held down and then hit your joystick up, and then you're dashing to in front of them, right up against them, and you are clear. You don't get hit by nothing. That is Eisen. It's also Kane too in a nutshell, but hey, it's kind of busted. You don't have a hitbox for a certain amount of time. Same thing applies to his jump heavy. All right, Eisen has something no other characters has besides Kane, and this is what makes him dangerous. Alright, so Eisen A tier. Okay, next up, gotta go with Sabo. I believe, yes, Sabo. He's not the best, certainly not the worst. He's more of a spam character than anything else. Burning Fist or Dragon Fist, whatever, that's his projectile. He also has Dragon Claw to get close range damage in. And then he has Dragon Breath, I believe is what it's called. It is the ground AoE, and it can connect into Dragon Claw. Alright. However, his melee is very strange. You have to know a lot about the mana strings and tech of the game to do anything with Sabo. And right now, in the way the game is played, he doesn't get that much priority over anything unless you are like a S tier or S rank player who knows exactly what to do to get people open. So, say you're an average player, he is below average for you. Alright, so Sabo C, I don't see many people run him at all unless it's on an arena match and you're forced to pick him. So yes. Boruto, highly slept on, mind you. Alright. Boruto has Vanishing Rasengan, and what this does is it's mainly used for a reset. Now, if you have him as an assist, and say you have Zorro, you do your unblockable, and then you do, the counter into Boruto, into the unblockable. You're going to get a reset somewhere in that. I'm pretty sure I made a video before. And then you're going to do more damage based off that. And then he has his lightning triplets, and then he has, what else? The other ability, his Boruto strike or whatever, Boruto spiral. That is his dash super. Very quick, but not that good on damage. Alright, and his ultimate is just like Boruto spiral. However, it just doesn't do all that much damage. However, it does look good, I'm not gonna lie. But by himself, I'm going to put him on B tier. Now that's an average or above average. He just doesn't do a whole lot by himself, similar to most of the Naruto cast. But however, still a good character. Alright, next up, we're gonna switch this up real quick. Hold on. Alright, next up, we are going with Deku. Alright, My Hero Academia. Okay, so Deku is the first character of the My Hero roster. He has Detroit Smash, which is the up close attack. He has Delaware, which is the shoot style. It used to be broken, but then they patched it. And also we have Manchester Smash, which is the one that hits downwards. That's pretty good too. You can combo off of Manchester into Detroit or Delaware, and you can even land ultimate. Alright, so Deku has a lot of combo potential by himself, and with a good assist, it just makes him better. Bakugo is his best support, I believe. Alright, so I'm gonna put him in B tier. He's average to above average, very solid, and I believe he does fit this completely. However, his ult could do a little bit more damage. Alright. Okay, so next up, we're going to pick Luffy. Luffy, don't get me started. One Piece characters, it's just, Gum Gum Red Hawk is his super armored dash super, 1 bar meter, and it does good 15-20% damage, and usually it's mainly used as a crutch support, alright, or a crutch option. Good reference to that is my previous video going into ranked. And you know, when it comes to his unblockable, you pretty much are guaranteed it if you say you grab somebody, run up to him, and do the unblockable. Easy. Alright. His Gum Gum Magnum, or that big attack with the arms, you don't really see people use that unless you're switching out, then they'll use it. Alright. And his ultimate is slow but unpredictable. It would make a whole 360 and hit you out of nowhere. So yeah, I believe Luffy is A tier. I hope nobody's arguing that. But yeah. Alright, next up, Lightbeard. Blackbeard by himself isn't that much of a threat. However, the way people use him. Alright. Dark End is all you see. No, he has 2 other supers. You don't really see anything of that. Usually if there's a Blackbeard in the game, they're just too sorry to make a CAC for it, or they just wanted to troll with Blackbeard himself. Alright, Dark End is obviously Dark End, and he has 2 other abilities called Seaquake, which is what you want to use with Dark End to do more damage, and then you have his other ability, which is Dark Vortex. It sucks the opponent in from a straight line, mid-range by the way, so keep out of that way, and also sidestep, and then you should be good. Alright, so by himself I would say he's not that bad, but say you pair someone with Vegeta assist, who can just keep them in place, you dash up to them and then land your Dark End, you're guaranteed something, and then they'll guard break you. So it's guard break cheese, and they'll do that. Now personally, would I put him in A? No. By himself, he's trash. Alright, B. I'm putting him at B just because of how broken Dark End is. Bandai and Spike Chunsoft, fix your game, please. Ruining games, bro. Ruining games. Alright. Next up, Kakashi. Dang, what the hell? Alright, brother. I haven't got used to my mouse. Holy crap. Kakashi. Alright. Kakashi has Lightning Blade, which Awaken does 2 procs, and he has Kamui Shurikens, and then he has his Shadow Clone or his Water Clone Jutsu, his counter ability. Now the counter is so good because it's almost instant. It comes up instantly and it does a ton of damage. Now I hate personally getting hit by this. It's just so stupid how it does so much damage, but I digress. His Lightning Blades, on the other hand, his first hit is more powerful than the second, so you're Awakened. However, it's pretty much a guaranteed hit. His Shurikens are good for pressure. You land this, your opponent's basically forced to back up or sidestep, because if not, you can guard break them. Is it guard break cheese? Only if you call out an assist. Alright, so if you're going to call out Kamui Shuriken, make sure you have your hand off of your finger off of your assist. Alright, so yes, I believe he is, I'm gonna put him in A tier. He's not that bad. Now he has a lot of mobility. He has a grab ult. His other abilities don't really connect into ultimate, unless you hit them against the wall. Lightning Blades won't connect like that. Alright, so next up we're gonna go with Hisoka. Bungee gum, did you know it has the properties of both rubber and gum? Alright, alright, so Bungee gum is his first attack, not his assist, however, but it's his main pocket damage. Alright, very good. He also has cards, or magician's cards, whatever it's called. This is his assist. You can guard break off of this too, which is kind of fortunate for him, because Hisoka has that mysterious vibe. You wouldn't have thought, but you can. Alright, then he has Grim Reaper's Quiz, which is his counter ability. Does a lot of damage, but it takes 2 to 3 meter, I believe. Yeah, and you don't really see people doing that all too much anymore, because it just takes such a strain on your gauge. Now you usually see your Hisokas you're fighting, they'll do 3 lights into Bungee Gum, they'll call out their cards and then switch. That's how it goes pretty much. What is Hisoka on this list? I'm gonna have to put him at B. Alright, there's nothing that suggests he's that good. He doesn't have any crazy up tilts or down tilts. They're very slow, very minuscule, and they don't really help you out all that much. So yeah, B tier for Hisoka. Alright, next up we are going to go with Asta. Asta severely needs a buff, honestly. Same with Gon, however. Just him being by himself on the roster of DLC has him acting out in rage. Alright, he doesn't do all that much damage. You have to have someone like Piccolo support exact to land anything. And just overall, it's a bad time using Asta unless you have that good assist and you have good connection on the opponent's side. This is the only way you're gonna be able to use Asta to its full potential. Personally, I don't like using him, even though I love the character. I just can't mess with him in the game. He's just unplayable at this point, and it's rough. You know, all the DLC make him look like Gon, and it's just yikes. But yeah, he does a lot of damage with an assist. However, by himself, no. C rank. Alright, so next up, we're going to be going with Pegasus Seiya. Alright. He has 3 abilities. One is a, call out super that, does damage standing still. You can hold it down for longer, does more damage. He also has a mobility attack where he dashes to you. You get stuck and you can get hit by the first ability I mentioned. And then he has an unblockable. It's a command grab. And it does a crap ton of damage. Now, his ultimate is one of the slowest in the games. However, he makes up for this with his kit. Alright, his kit is very well rounded. Personally, I don't like how his melee string is, but overall, he's very solid. B rank. Alright, next up, we're going to go with Shishio, the man himself from Rurouni Kenshin. Personally, his fire and slash, physical attacks and stuff, very good. Most people on this roster or this character in general, they don't have resistance to this, and he does a ton of damage for no reason. Alright, by himself, say even with moderate support of all things, where they usually white out sooner, you do the most damage. Okay, and it's just that epic. Now, I believe it is the RT triangle that does the primary amount of damage. Now, RTB and RT square. Oh my god, I'm getting my whole inputs messed up. RT X and RT Y, or R2 square and R2 triangle, are also his main sources of damage. And then his R2, oh my god, his R2 circle is his unblockable, or his command grab, and you can finish combo off with that and do a ton of damage. Personally, he's A tier for me. Very strong character, very good. You have at least a decent beam assist. You're connecting something very good, solid. All right, next up, Yugi. Just something about him, man. Something about him. He does a lot of damage. Say you land magic formula, or you land any draw that can help you out, and it's basically RNG based, and it obviously makes sense because Yu-Gi-Oh. However, you cannot rely on that RNG that much in the game. He does a good amount of damage. He has terrible range. However, his range is very bad. You land enough lights, you can combo your Magician Girl summoning spell almost 2 times, yeah, 2 times, and then you can ultimate, and this is your main source of damage. It's your best combo. So yeah, B tier on Yugi. Alright, for sure. Now, here's when we get to the final ones, almost at the DLC. Dai, he has Dragonic Aura release. His buff does a ton of damage. You can also ultimate off this. That's a knockback. You also have a Von Scratch A and B. A is the standstill, and then B is the dash super in the air. You can use it in the air. And if you're awakened or you have Dragonic Aura active, you can do A into B and it will snap to them instantly. Very solid, very good. Dai, personally, I have to say he's A tier. Alright, he does way too much damage to be subjected to B or C. Personally, his down tilt and up tilt mix is disgusting. Very good. Alright, so yeah, A tier on Dai. Alright, next up we are going to go with Trunks. All right. For sure, Trunks is generic. I'm not gonna lie. He is basic Dragon Ball roster. All right. He has a dash super. He has a projectile. He also has his, what do you call it? Another dash? It's an unblockable, rather. Yeah, it's an unblockable. Burning sword attack, very good. You can connect it after a burning attack, I believe, and it does that amount of damage. You can really connect all of his supers into each other pretty much, and into ultimate as well. So he does a lot of damage by himself. With assist, he's just that much better. So very underrated. However, he doesn't get priority over much. Best Trunks player, or only Trunks player I know of, is Verza. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in B tier just because he's not being used. All right, not being used as much as he should. Okay, so next up we have Yosuke, however you want to call him. You know, here we go. Yu Yu Hakusho. I still haven't watched it. Probably won't ever. So yeah, just saying that for people in the server. All right. Personally, Spirit Gun is whack to me. You can't really. It has the mobility where you can dash forwards or backwards with it. It just takes so much effort for me to hit the joystick like that. It won't work for me. However, I know it's a thing you can do, but for me, it just doesn't work. So, that's going for him. He also has Organ Murder, which is a unblockable, I believe. And then Spirit Wave is what he uses to connect his ultimate. He also has a lot of Team Awakening potential. You R3 after one heavy, do your ultimate. So good, so good. Alright, he does a ton of damage. Oh, so good. Alright, that's all I can say. You can grab into Spirit Gun. He doesn't have a grapple, however, but his ultimate is very fast, so I'm gonna put him in average or above average. That should do. Alright, next up we got Vegeta. Alright, Vegeta, generic beam assist, Gallic Gun of course, and then you have his dash super. Then you also have Energy Volley. Alright, Energy Volley is his assist, not Gallic Gun, my bad. And just like I said with Lightbeard, you use him, you can guard break, you can do anything, because it just keeps them held down even though it doesn't even track. Alright, it has pretty much the worst tracking in the game, completely, to be completely honest. However, just like Goku, Vegeta has his his positives and his negatives, and he belongs in above average because people use him. Alright, now we're gonna go ahead and get Sanji out of the way. Sanji, I've been using him quite a lot recently. He pretty much doesn't have much going for him. Alright, he has one super into ultimate, which is his RTY, or his R2 triangle. And this is the only way you can guarantee landing the ultimate. However, it's not his like most damaging thing. If you do R2 circle into R2 or square, you do more damage. However, you have to make sure your assist lands. Sanji's just highly dependent on that assist, and you have a lot of potential to get people open. However, it's just not gonna work out in most matches. I think I can speak on this because, you know, almost 20 matches played with Sanji now. You know, on my new account, not my old. I think I played a few, but Sanji is good. However, he needs a lot of work. Definitely B tier though. All right, about average to above average. He's at the bottom of that. All right. So next up, we are going to go with Frieza. Death Beam is his assist. He also has a dash super, and then he has Death Saucers, which is a unblockable, I believe. Yeah, you can't block it. It does damage to both you and your opponent if you get hit by it. And overall, he has a good kit. If you know how to use him, he's terrifying. All right. Say you do an R3, you land 3 heavies, you R3, do a death beam into assist. The death saucers hit them, and then you know, do another death beam, and then ultimate. You're doing 80% damage or more to their health bar. B rank for sure, however, he just doesn't have enough health to match up with, say, Law or somebody else. So yeah, definitely B tier. Questionable to put him in A, however, you know, average to above is right here. Okay, that's where most of the Dragon Ball cast is gonna go, pretty much. Now we have, let's see here, Dragon Shiryu. Now, personally, I like Dragon Shiryu. However, he's strange. Okay, he has a dash super. He has a long range slap attack. He also has, what would you call it? I forget. It's a super armored bop. Okay, that's what we're gonna call it, super armored bop. His ultimate is wide radius, mid range, does a ton of damage. Probably the strongest ultimate in the game. Say you catch somebody's assist as well, you're doing a lot more damage. Very good character. Personally, do I like using him? Yes, but he's above average, but nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. All right, next up, last character before we get into the DLC. Oh no, never mind. We have more. All right, so Boa Hancock, brother. She has Slave Arrow, I believe, the Stone Super, and then she has Pistol Kiss, just like Death Beam, very good. She, after her ultimate, she can actually catch you with a Pistol Kiss and then switch, keep it going, which is kind of stupid, you know. Basically has a whole 100% combo in her pocket. Well, she doesn't have pockets because she's wearing a dress, but you know what I mean. All right. Do I find her to be broken at all? Yes, she's kind of busted. I'm gonna put her right here. All right, she's gonna be beside Gara. She is at the cusp of broken, A rank. All right, but is she by herself? No. Okay. Wait, what am I saying, bro? No. I've pretty much lost almost every match I've ever played against the Boa. That's where she belongs. A rank, for sure. For sure, bro. Alright, you only see her used by higher ranked people too, so keep that in mind. Next up, we have Galena. Not much to say about her. She has pretty weird gimmicky supers. The only good one I find is the AoE with the lightning that goes around the map. This is good for, you know, potential to guard break or something. However, anything else just is bad. But Fu can make her look so good, make her look so useful. It's not even funny. But for regular players, nah, trash. Prometheus has a down tilt string, which is infinite. You cannot get out of it unless they screw up or quit it. He has a good assist, which is his Hermes, I believe, yeah. And then Apollo into ultimate, and also Hermes. Hermes Themis. It's Themis. All right, it's good. Would I suggest he's broken? No. His down tilt is really the only thing going for him. If anybody uses him, it's for the down tilt. All right, for sure. Now, okay, here we go. DLC, brothers. Let's go. Kaiba. I'm speaking from an Xbox point of view. Kaiba is broken simply because of his hitbox, his range. It's just broken in terms of, you know, the game stability being trash. He just does all that much damage. His ultimate is weak, however, so do I consider putting him too high up here? No. B tier at best. He doesn't have all that much going for him. His draws are pretty weak, and only the one with the orbs chasing you is the one you can guard break off of, which is guard break cheese, keep in mind. And yeah, his beam assist and his dash attack, just you pretty much that's all you see people use him for is the spam and ultimate. Ta-da! That's all. Gerard. All right, so yeah, that's it. He's going in B tier, average to above average for sure. Next up, All Might. You already know, guys. A rank, A tier. So he has the Choice Smash, which is his. It has a good cone radius for his, attack. Say someone recovers, they try to attack you. You pop this out. You have super armor, and since it's a cone radius, it can basically hit you and hit the opponent and the support at the same time, and you get double damage. Now, personally, I think All Might is just too good of a character. His next ability, which is Oklahoma Smash, this is his pretty much his unblockable. You turn into a tornado, you rush at your opponent, you catch them, you do about 20% damage, very good. And then Carolina Smash is the one you charge up. You can go full map with this, and overall you do a ton of damage. Now you do a one heavy R3 or Team Awakening into ultimate with assist called out, particularly Naruto assist. You land the ultimate, you land the assist, you do a Carolina Smash, call out your assist again, do another Carolina Smash fully charged up, and that's 80% damage. You're welcome. You learned the charismatic special right there. Now, moving on, we're going with Bisky. Personally, Bisky's fun. She turns into Big Bertha, bops your opponent, and ta-da. But by herself, she's useless, alright? You can't do anything after her first ability. I feel like messing you up good. That is her dash super, takes 2 bars of meter. Then she has Tenko, which is a buff, and on the second attack, it turns, on the second use of it, it turns into an attack. So it's utility then attack. Two heavies into a Ko will do an attack. You can guard break somebody with this, and usually you can ultimate after it as well. Then she has her counter, which usually nobody ever falls for. However, you can use that to your advantage. And then her ultimate, you can basically use it after a Ko or a heavy, alright, or 3 heavies. Personally, I like doing this thing similar to All Might, where you basically just charge up your heavy, you smash them, and then you just repeat it over and over 3 to 4 times until they're whited out, and when they recover, you do Ko. Alright, that's how I would use Bisky if all things went my way. But here we go. B. Next up, Boo. Personally, very underrated. Granted, the game can screw over with how you play him. Lag and all that comes around when you're using him. He has an ability called turn you into chocolate. He turns you into chocolate, eats you, does damage to you. It used to not do anything, but now they fixed it, does damage. Next up, he has Vaporize, which is not a beam assist, but like a projectile rather. He'll send you flying, you'll be stuck to the ball. He cannot move while this is being done, so you're safe after the lingering effects of the blast hit you and you recover. They can't do anything after the fact. And then he has his pull ability, pull push. He can pull you to him, do an ultimate or a super, or he can push you back out and do more damage. Then he has his ultimate, Biggin. It sends you to the middle of the map, so you're going to get caught by it if you aren't blocking. And if you call out your assist, they're getting double damage, and that's 80 to 100% health right there. Now, Boo is very good. He's A tier. He has good mix-ups as well. Good reference for this is either my channel or Savior Zombie. Go check him out on Twitch and YouTube. He is the king of Boo, honestly. His main team is Ichigo, Goku, and Boo. Alright. Very good team. I'm starting to use it myself. I highly recommend it. Alright, next up we got Bakugo. Alright. AP shot auto cannon. Very broken. Pretty much the best assist in the game for most most characters. All right. Next up you have his burning speed, I believe. Yeah, this is what you use after the AP shot to go up in the air, and you can R3 off of that, or you can bring him back down into ultimate. He's more of a tech savvy character. You have to know what you're doing with him. It takes a lot of practice for him. And then moving on, you have burst speed, or what's it called? No, it's shot grenade or shot grenade, something like that. And this is his unblockable. You dash up pretty much, and then you do this. All right, it'll do 30% health and lock their or no, break their whole guard. Their whole mobility gauge will turn red. All right, very broken. All right. Personally, his kit is good, like his abilities. However, him himself sucks. You have to have an assist to do pretty much anything you want with him. But a lot of people will argue that, and that's okay. All right, we're gonna put him right here with Kaiba, right here. So cut these off. That is above average, and here's average. Now moving on, we have Madara. Personally, Madara is just not it for me. All right, he has his fire style jutsu. This will white out your opponent pretty much and defeats the purpose of why you're using him. Then you have his other ability, Suicidal Arms. This is what you use when somebody gets close to you. They're dashing at you. You slap this out at them. You know, basically play too damn defensive for your own good, and it's very annoying. So yeah, do that. Tilt your opponent. Then you have his counter. You pull out the Boncho fan, and then you can send them flying, and you can even ult afterwards. All right. His ultimate is a Susanoo. You can only land this after the counter or the fire lion singing jutsu or whatever, the fire dragon jutsu. Now keep that in mind. You have to have an assist as well. Now his best use is when you use a team awakening. All right, team awakening is his best friend. It's what makes him Madara very good. But you know, personally, Madara without Sasuke support is nothing. He's really nothing. All right, we're gonna put him right here. All right, right here, B tier. He is nowhere close to A tier or S tier for me. Granted, he has a guard break. He has a weird guard break, down tilt special rule. I just don't. I can't get behind Madara, man. Madara has to stay B tier, bro. Above average. Give him that. Toshiro, they screwed the boy up. They screwed the boy up. He has Hellflower Dragon, which is his dash super. He has Icicle Burst, which is a projectile. You can guard break off of it. He also has his Ice Formation. 6-point Ice Formation is a down trap thing on the ground. He has a lot of things going, but still cannot pull out the win for anything. Very situational character. I'm very disappointed now after playing a lot of them. They really screwed him up, but he's on the average spectrum. Clearly, he can hold his own, but better with an assist. All right, and you have to get people open, which is kind of tough as well. All right, next up, Law. I don't have to say much of anything here. Law, just Law. Room. That's all you hear in the game, bro. That's all you hear. Next up, we got Green Jiao. Oh boy, if you ever watch Charismatic Evil's videos, bro, with Green Jiao, you already know. You already know. He doesn't have the best of melee strings, I'm gonna be quite honest. But if you're using Grimmjow, you're griefing people, you're team awakening, and you're trying to get hit so you can pull out a ultimate combo and stomp your opponent, right? If we're talking about that Grimmjow, he's A, no doubt. But if we're talking about off of his melee by himself, he's average. Definitely A, low A. That's a snowball right there. You land your Gran Rey Zero into assist. You do your next ability, whether it be Gara de la Pantera or another Gran Rey Zero, bopping. You're bopping everybody. All right. Next up, Todoroki. He has his two ice abilities one is a short range, which you can combo into the fire ability, or you can do the ice stalagmite, which is the long range one, and then you can actually jump off of this and heavy downwards and R3 your opponent. Todoroki has so much things going for him. He also has a grab ult. He has pretty much the best scaling in the game when it comes to damage. His grabs can connect off of, air, thin air, bro. So when it comes to Todoroki and his overall kit, he goes in the A tier. The only thing wrong with Todoroki is how slow his melee is, and that's that. Period. Alright, next up we got Hiei. He has Sword of the Darkness Flame, which is his dash super. He also has After Image. You can use this to counter, or you can use this right after Sword of the Darkness Flame, and it will connect right afterwards. You do 30% damage off that. You can rinse and repeat since they both take so minuscule meter. And also he has Purgatory Scorch, which is his unblockable. You land this and you can ultimate right after. Say you get Awakening early, you can even raw ult after Purgatory Scorch. Promise you it's worth it. He also has a very good synergy with Toguro, of course. Toguro is his best friend from the Yu Yu Hakusho series. Not in terms of canon, I'm talking about in the game, folks. Don't roast me. I ain't watching that trash. But yeah, just kidding. Alright, so personally, Hiei goes in A rank. Could be S tier if he, had a little bit more going for him in terms of not mobility per se, but movement. Well, that is mobility. What the hell am I saying? All right, next up, Meruem. He has King Strike, which will lock your opponent's mobility recovery. He also has Meruem's In, I believe, that stops your ability gauge regen. And then he has I'm Hungry, which is a buff to his attack. All right. Pretty much, he's just broken. All right. It's safe to say he's S rank. It's safe to say that, right? Personally, I believe it. He's safe on in, right? If someone tries to grab you when that finishes, all you gotta do is grab back and you're good. All right. I'm Hungry is the only super that's not safe, pretty much, which you need to be careful of. But as long as you know that, he's S tier. All right. King Strike is his spammable move. You probably see me use it a lot in the game on videos when I'm playing. Yeah, King Strike is his best ability, of course. Doing 5 to 6 lights into Meruem's In, doing King Strike into 3 heavies. 3 heavies after that into King Strike, and then ultimate. Best combo you can ever do. All right. So yeah. Meruem belongs here, and don't forget you can combo after his grab like a regular melee. All right, so solid. He takes a lot of knowledge of the game to play, but he's not that crazy to where a noob can't pick him up and learn him in a day or two. All right, so definitely S tier, I believe. Next up, we have the 2 unreleased characters, Giorno and Yaroichi. This is where things get interesting because we took a look at their movesets earlier in the year, or last year, pretty much late in the year. And basically they're both promising, however one's better than the other. All right, when it comes to Yaroichi, she has she has a pummeling down attack similar to Sanji's, except instead of kicks it's punches, and she can combo in every super after that. All right, so Rahin Senkai, which is her lightning ability, she can land that after the punch barrage, and also her other ability, which is I think chargeable Rahin Senkai. It's like a stronger, but it will take them up in the air. All right, and then she has her ultimate Thundercat, and that's just nice. But when it comes to their overall performance, who do I think will be better? Personally, I think Giorno is going to stand out more than her when it comes to overall damage. When it comes to mobility and skill level, she takes the cake. So pre-release Yaroichi is going into A tier, above average, probably one of the best. Giorno has an ability called Muda Muda, of course. It is his stand barrage. You can use this into ultimate or, you know, into assist, do another Muda Muda barrage. Ultimate, I watched this person do this, guys. It done 80 to 90%. Crazy. His tree ability will stun your opponent, I believe. It's hard to tell. It looks so weird. It looks so weird. And then he has his self-healing ability. It costs 3 meter. However, it's better than Karapika's. It's a better heal than Karapika's. It's instant heal, and it does roughly 30 to 50% health, I believe. Well, yeah, 30% or 15 to 30 pretty much. And then his ultimate is Golden Requiem. Unless they reworked it after, you know, the complaints from the leaks, he should be around same tier or a little bit better. So I'm gonna put him right here, of course. So of course many people have always seen that coming, but Yaroichi and Giorno are going to be A tier. All right, so this is my tier list for Jump Force in 2021. It's January 20th, 2021. This is my tier list for Jump Force. Let me know what you guys think down below. Again, I'd like to know your input. However, just don't go crazy. All right, so yeah, I personally think I did a better job on this one than I did my previous. Let me know, and, you know, have a great day, great night wherever you guys are in the world. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and peace out.